In this video, everything you need to know when planning a holiday to Taurito in Gran Canaria. This includes the beaches, the restaurants, the nightlife, what there is to see and do, where to stay, the weather and much more. But also a few money saving tips as well as some warnings to make your holiday perfect. Let's start first with the beaches. The beach in Taurito is the Playa del Diablito, or more commonly referred to as the Taurito Beach. This is a great beach, especially for families, because there's quite a few bars and restaurants next to it where you can have a snack or a drink, and there's also a little supermarket next to it. There's not so many, but the quality here is definitely very good. Also on the beach you can rent lots of sunbeds, and there's lots of water sports like kayaking, jet skiing, paddle boarding, all of these kind of things you can do from here. Generally, this beach is great for families also because it's not too big and it's easy to keep an eye on your kids. Just know that some days of the month it can get a little bit windy and the waves can get a little bit high, but there's of course a lifeguard there as well to keep an eye on your kids. But these days I've only seen kids have fun with the high waves. I've never seen anything bad happen. Just keep an eye on them, but just so you are aware of this. The main advantage here for this beach is that it's less than 100 meters or 200 meters away from most of the hotels, so it's very easy to get to. And the hotels that are further up the hill, generally they have like a shuttle service that will take you down to the beach as well. If you do want to explore some other beaches during your holiday, there's plenty along the coastline here. Especially the Playa de Amadores is not too far away and it's easy to reach by car or by bus, and it's generally one of the nicest beaches on the island, people say. So maybe if you're staying in the Taurito longer than a week, you definitely want to go and have a look over there. On the other side you also have the Puerto de Mogán, which is in theory closer by, but it's hard to come back on the road from that. More about that later. But what about the restaurants here? Taurito simply does not have a lot of restaurants. This is because mostly people here have either half board or all inclusive and simply choose to eat in the hotels. However, the few restaurants that are here are all next to the beach, so you have an ideal setting. Also, the service is excellent and the food quality also. It seems that most of the hotels here in the front are really trying to get you out of the hotel and to come and eat there again and again by simply offering excellent service and food quality. Where should you stay here and what are the best hotels? Taurito doesn't have a lot of hotels and there are also no bad hotels to stay at. One of the hotels I would definitely advise you is the Taurito Princess. This is great if you want a modern, luxurious, all-inclusive hotel right next to the beach. Then there's also the Cordial Magec Taurito. This is actually the apartment complex I stayed in the last time I was here. It was very surprisingly good actually and very budget friendly. So I would definitely advise you to stay there. I also tried the breakfast, which was great value for money. So all around a place I can definitely advise you. For families, another great option is the LIVVO Costa, Valle, Taurito and Waterpark. This is a great place to stay, as the name suggests, also because the water park is included in the price, unlimited as much as you want to go. So if your kids like slides, playing in the water, a great place I would definitely advise. How is the nightlife here? Taurito's nightlife is the most family friendly on the island. While many of the hotels have their own mini disco and entertainment, there's also a main square mini disco and live show every evening. There's also mini golf, arcades, bowling, trampolines and all of these kind of things open in the evening for families with kids to enjoy. Near the beach you will also find a bit more of a relaxed atmosphere with some beach bars to enjoy a few drinks in the evening. Things to see and do. As I said before, there's lots to do in Taurito itself, like arcades, there's the water park, there's bowling, there's mini golf and much more of these kind of things. But also from here you can join the buggy and jeep safaris that will take you a little bit all over the island to go explore there. But the thing I actually enjoyed most, and this might be a little bit surprising and this is maybe not for everyone, was the hiking path over the mountain to Puerto de Mogán. It's really a unique experience challenge, just don't do it in the hottest part of the day, and bring some water with you. It's a nice unique track because the road there is broken and closed. You cannot go there by car anymore, but you can easily hike over to Puerto de Mogán. I even saw families do it with small kids, so it's definitely possible. Just make sure to bring a good route planner with you for mountain paths, as it is not very well indicated. Airport transfers, the options, the prices, and a bonus tip. Taurito is one of the holiday destinations in Gran Canaria that is furthest away from the airport, so it is definitely a good idea also when traveling with small children to arrive well prepared at the airport. One option would be to take the public transportation, which is kind of okay, but I would not advise it with small children. It's €6.50 it will cost you, but do know that it only drops you off at the valley, not on the hotels up on the hill. So depending on where your hotel is located, it might either be a good option or a bad option. A much better option is to take a shuttle bus for €18. They will drop you off at the hotel. They will give you a guaranteed seat on the bus, and if your flight gets delayed, they will also take care of that. Another option is to take a taxi at the airport. This one will cost you €76, but if you're arriving in the evening or on a Sunday, there is a surcharge, and also know that it maximum takes 4 people. So if you're arriving during the weekend when it's more busy at the airport, or if you're arriving during peak season, or you have a lot of luggage with you, or your children need child safety seats, then I definitely would advise you to book a taxi before online. It will cost you €98. Or if you want a minibus, so traveling more than 4 people, it will cost you €128. Many people here might actually prefer to rent a car instead of taking a taxi, because taking a taxi to and from the airport will be anywhere from €150 to €200, and renting a car instead, normally if you do it the right way and you want fully comprehensive insurance and everything included, will only cost you about €150, and it will also save you loads of money on taxi rides up and down the hill or exploring nearby villages. The shuttle, taxi and car rental companies I would advise you can find on my website checkedholidays.com/guide, as well as a 10% discount code. You will also find there a lot of extra tips that will make your holiday to the Spanish islands even better. How is the weather and when is the best time to go? Taurito focuses heavily on families with children. Therefore, during school holidays, it can get extremely busy here, while outside of school holidays, it can feel somewhat empty. June and the end of September offer the best value for money here, with plenty of good weather to enjoy the Waterpark, and Taurito still feels lively but not overcrowded. May is the cheapest, but the resort can feel very empty and abandoned at that time. Just a few quick warnings. While Gran Canaria is a very nice and safe place to visit on all the islands, all over Spain, everywhere in the world where there are tourists, there will be people trying to take advantage of them. In the next part, I just quickly want to advise you for the most common scams that you will find in this area, so you can avoid them and have a perfect holiday on Gran Canaria without any problems or hassle. It is quite common to find these little flyers next to the beach that offer some kind of cheap excursion. Most of the time it's not worth it, because it can also involve like upselling along the way, or there is like some expensive restaurant you have to eat at, or there can also be like a sales presentation you have to watch. Generally, I would not advise using these flyers. While it is not so much in this holiday destination, if you visit nearby beaches like Playa de Amadores, it is quite common that someone will approach you with like a lottery ticket. As soon as you scratch it, you will have won this great prize. You just have to get in a taxi and go and pick it up in a hotel. It's most of the time related with timeshare presentations, so I would not advise you to go on these kind of things. In general, if anyone says just go there, it's really nice, I will pay you the taxi, or they will pay you the taxi back on arrival, any kind of thing that happens like this is timeshare stuff. Don't do these kind of things. If you go from Taurito to Puerto de Mogán, it is a very short drive, but the way back is much longer simply because the road is broken. So for this reason, keep this in mind. If you're taking a taxi, the taxi on the way back is way more expensive than the taxi over there. If you're renting a car before online, make sure that you do it with a company you can rely on and trust. This because each time I arrive at the airport I see people in arguments with their car hire company about extra insurance, big deposits on their credit cards, certain stuff is not included, they have to pay that extra. Just avoid this and go with a good reliable company instead. If you want to know the company I use as well as the one I would advise, you can find that on my website at checkedholidays.com/guide. So who is this holiday destination best for? Taurito is one of the best places on the island for families with young children and babies because of its water park, arcades, mini golf, bowling and all of the other activities that you can do here. Since everything is located down in the valley, it is also easy to find and navigate. If you have difficulty walking and your hotel is located higher up the hill and does not offer a shuttle service, you might not enjoy your holiday here because of the hilly terrain. To make sure your next holiday is perfect, have a look at this page on my website checkedholidays.com/guides, where you can find all the companies I like to travel with, some discount codes as well as some tips and tricks to make your holiday even better, or have a look at this video.